Hello and welcome to Across the Buc'n Pond, only powered by Bucs Report. I'm your host, Stevie Slick Probert, or Coach Slick, however you want to call me. I don't mind. Always like, comment, and subscribe. Always much appreciated. Remember to hit that like button, strip that subscribe button, and sack the crap out of that comment button and 3 times on Sunday. So, guys, week one's over. And your Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the shit. I say beat the shit. We didn't beat the shit out of them, but we beat them boys. They didn't make no noise, and they ain't them boys. Now, Johnny Dean will be popping up soon. When he does, he does. You know what he's like. That guy just comes in, says his piece, gets his rant on, and gets back out again. I'm sat here and I'm enjoying. This is my Victory Monday drink. This is a rum old fashioned. With nice 8-year-old rum in it. So we win the game 19-3. They only score in their first drive, and then it's pretty much all she wrote. For the Buccaneers, that's absolutely fantastic. I mean, one thing that we take away from this is our defense looks top-notch. Now, it's saying a couple of things going against the Dallas Cowboys, who seemed very toothless in this game. They didn't really seem like they had much going on. But also, their wide receiver core was decimated, and they're still trying to figure out if CeeDee Lamb can be a number one wide receiver. They got rid of their number one wide receiver, and they tried to put CeeDee Lamb wherever they could, and they just could not get anything out of him. So, for me, it's all gravy. And then Michael Gallup couldn't go, so that was good. That was good for us on that side. I do feel that we rushed Godwin back in. I didn't think he really needed him. He ended up with 3 catches. He was good in everything he did. It's just unfortunately he pulls that hamstring, which I hear isn't as bad as it looks. From an injury point of view, we have to lick our wounds a little bit here. And Donovan Smith was beat up a little bit with a hyperextension of his elbow. He maybe miss a week, but they're expecting him to go for this week, so that's good for us. I believe Mike Edwards is on the injury report with limited with an illness. He still played in that game. Russell Gage, hamstring. These are just the ones that Julio Jones was just rested and he played fine. Zion McCullum didn't go. Logan Ryan had a hamstring issue, was limited. I didn't see much of him in the game. And Tristan Wirfs was absolutely on fire. He did the job as usual, so no complaints there. So let's talk about the Buccaneers side of things. Right, we're 1-0. Great start to what seems to be a grueling season to begin with. So our next opponent will be the New Orleans Saints, and we're at the New Orleans Saints. So we all know as Bucs fans that the Saints can be a problem. And that's something that the Buccaneers have to overcome. And I generally do believe that they can. We have done in the past. We did it in the playoffs. But if we can do it now, it sets, and we go to their house and we walk away with a win. It sets the tone for the rest of the season. I honestly believe it will make fill the Buccaneers with a level of enthusiasm for the game, and they'll be ready to rock and roll even more so by having beaten the Saints. That's really going to rile them up and hype them up, beating those guys. Then we go to the Packers. The Packers come to us in our first game opener. Let's talk about this Dallas game, though. Tom Brady completes 66.7, so let's round up to 67% of his passes, 212 yards. Gets the 1 INT, but does get the touchdown. It wasn't particularly a spectacular game from him, but it was enough to do the job. He didn't put us in harm's way, really. The interception thrown seemed it was kind of thrown at someone's knees, and they made a good play on the ball. You just kind of wish that was kind of thrown closer into the dirt rather than a bit too close for comfort, if you get what I mean. We look at the rushing yards. Lenny, who's now got another nickname. He's now Sunday Night Football Lenny, to go with his many nicknames. Regular season Lenny, Four Teddies Lenny, Playoff Lenny, and Lombardi Lenny. He finishes with, he has 20 attempts, 127 yards with a long of 17. 2 targets, 2 receptions for a whole 10 yards, so 5 yards per reception, longest of a 9. And I would like to have seen him get punched the ball in and got a touchdown. He did get that bit of a whack on Micah Parsons, which I think we all loved. Mike Parsons didn't like it so much, and apparently nor did Von Miller, who said that's too much contact. Who'd have thought it? A guy who likes hitting people for a living and ripping off offensive linemen and smashing into quarterbacks and hopefully upsetting their career a little bit or their season a little bit, is saying there's too much contact on them. Look, I get where they're coming from. I can see it. It's a chip block. But the guy was looking like he was releasing and then comes back in. Hey, if you see that your tackle's struggling, maybe it was supposed to release. I don't think he was, but maybe he was supposed to release, and he comes back and sees his tackle struggling. I'm gonna pop one in here. Why not? I don't have a problem with it. He shouldn't have a problem with it. If I've had it done to me, and all I do is get there, that motherfucker got me good, and I just laugh it off because I think that's what you should do. So we've got a game on the BoobTube right now in the Denver Broncos visiting the Seattle Seahawks. This is kind of a big game for Russell Wilson. I haven't really had a chance to look at this. I literally have just got in. Here we go. We got Johnny Dean is in. Johnny, your mic's muted. I'm going to see if I can unmute you. There you go, Johnny. You're unmuted.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, man. Run me through quickly. Run me through, because I know you've been watching the game. That's why your head keeps bobbing up. Run me through what's going on in this game, because I've not had a chance to look at it yet.
17-10
I don't even know what the score is. Sorry?
Seattle, 17-10 over Denver right now. Geno Smith has been looking sharp. I can't. He's running his check downs. He's calling audibles at the line. He's looking better than I've ever seen Geno Smith look.
He's looking smart.
Yep.
That's what you want from your quarterback, though. Like, let's face it, most quarterbacks in this league can throw. Yeah, and some of them can throw better than others. Some of them have better touch with the ball. But they all know how to throw a friggin' football. You don't get to the NFL level without knowing how to throw a football. But it's the intangible, the stuff that you can't the stuff that you can't teach, the stuff that makes someone like a Tom Brady super smart, that he can identify this and identify that and check to this and check to that. That's what makes a good quarterback. So when you have somebody that can do that, Geno Smith's doing that for him, great. Yeah. I mean, he beat Drew Lock out for the job, didn't he?
Yeah, he's recognizing the defense, and that was his biggest hang up. And last year he improved a lot. We saw him when he came in last year. He played some pretty good ball, but we didn't know. We still don't. We don't know how consistent this is going to be. Pete Carroll's calling these plays, so there's some good running games. It's a good running game. Rashad Penny's killing it.
Which I didn't think he would, to be honest. And I feel like, I don't know if you know what the yardage. Oh yeah, I'm just looking at it now. They're at halftime now.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting all the highlights. We're showing the Bengals game. So what was your biggest takeaway from last night for you, like positive and negative?
A little, not really negative, but the Bucs are right where I kind of expected them to be right at the moment. I mean, 4 or 5 games in, maybe the offensive line's going to gel a little bit. We missed Kappa, but I think the Bengals would want to give him back right now, because if you watched the Bengals game yesterday, Kappa didn't do crap. He gave up a couple of sacks, dude, big time.
You got to. I think a lot of people don't realize that. I've never been that high on Kappa. I think he was a late bloomer, and he basically. I also think he profited from the whole.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's bracketed between 2 really good studs in Tristan Wirth and Ryan Jensen. So when you have that, it's a bit different. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit different. It's not the same as.
I liked Kappa because he's a warrior. I mean, when he went out there,
but he's got some violent tape.
When he played his ass off with a broken arm in that game.
Oh, I don't doubt his resolve. I've never been that high on him that he is probably worthy of the contract extension that he got for where he went to personally. But people overpay all the time. It's just that's the nature of the beast in this NFL season. So, My negative is red zone offense, and I know that will come, and that's obviously it's a talking point. It's probably the one thing that even Tom Brady sat there going, "I need to get better at that."
Yes,
we know, and it's something that they'll figure out. I'd like to send Lenny Fournette punch one in there. That would have been nice.
I don't want to see him trying to run the ball in 4 straight times and not getting a yard because everything tightens up in the red
Mm-hmm.
zone.
But I would like to see like a maybe a motioning tight end, like little motioning tight end from a Coke East, and then what straight up.
I expect to see more, but it's going to be once this offensive line gels. Then they'll be better at opening these gaps. Then they'll be able to get more push on the defense and stuff.
They
But
didn't look bad though. They didn't look
no, they
bad.
did. They held their own. They held their own. Not they didn't push back much, but they did hold their own. I mean, in the running game, we saw why Donovan Smith was a great
Mm-hmm.
run blocker because that's his niche. That's where he was always at. But since Brady's come along, he's also became a very good pass blocker. Also, not great. He's not. You're not going to put him in the Hall of Fame for it, but
No,
the improvement in him has skyrocketed.
I think people misjudge on just how difficult it is to be a left tackle in a starting left tackle in the NFL. It
It
is a
is. That's
hard,
the
hard,
blind
hard job.
spot, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Absolutely,
always you're the first one to get bitched at if something goes wrong, and you're the last one to get any credit for it.
exactly. Um, what was your biggest positive? And I think I know what this is going to be.
I had a few positives. I loved watching Levante. Um, Devin White was playing well.
Devin Flo White has a
He was
game.
he was out of touch a little bit in the backside with his tackles, but then he'll develop there because they're going to force him to
He was
develop
the
there.
leading tackler though.
Yeah, but most of those tackles were inside.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's quite the sideline to sideline guy that Levante is, and it's for him it's fantastic to have someone like Levante next to you who can do that. I mean,
Oh yeah,
like I said, pick your point. But the one thing I'll say, my son and I were watching the game. He snuck downstairs and said, "I want to watch the Buccaneers." I was like, "Okay." So we put his jersey on him, bless him, and Winfield gets the interception, and they always do the boat, don't they? Normally, that's been their thing.
yep.
So me and my son went to do the boat while they were doing it, and they did something completely different. So me and him are sat on the floor doing this for no reason. He asked me if he
I don't
could wear
even
his
know
stuff.
what that was they did. That wasn't like I was like, what are they doing now? I don't
I
I
believe
don't
it
get
comes from Winfield's college. I'm trying to remember the coach from Minnesota. What's his name? Um, really like enigmatic coach, like a really big culture guy, really loud, vibrant dude. I can't remember his name off the PJ Fleck.
Fleck.
He had,
Okay, yeah.
we had
Yeah,
PJ Fleck as a
we
coach.
had we had PJ with the Bucket Report. We had him on an interview one day
Oh, that's cool.
a couple of years ago when they played in the bowl
When he
there.
was with Central Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I think he was in Minnesota.
Okay. Wow. So you got we snagged ourselves a college head coach to come on now and again.
Yep.
And they were a team that really kind of
Well, I don't know if he came on the show, but we had an interview with him. So
I was still still vibing on that. That's
yep.
freaking awesome. But he had a thing. So his like kind of mantra was, "Let's go row the boat," because it takes a team to row the boat.
Right.
So I think that was kind of like where he was going with that, and I think that's where it comes from. I don't know for like fact, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but we're not a posh school like Notre Dame that gets into rowing. Come on, man. I used your word posh. Oh my god.
I know. I've never heard you use that word.
You're
Is
rubbing
it
off on
what's the American equivalent of that word? Because it's a very English word.
snobby.
Snobby. Posh doesn't necessarily mean snobby though. Snobby means kind of you think you're better than someone because of X, Y, and Z. Usually wealth.
Right.
Posh means I think you're very.
It's the
I can see how the two are connected though, because most posh people are snobby. So there's a fair point. Was it? Me and my wife had a discussion about it the other day. It's like you can be rich, but you can't be posh.
right. There you go.
Because to be posh, you've got to have some. It's a different dynamic. You can just have lots of money doesn't make you posh. It just makes you have lots of money.
Exactly.
You can still be trash with a lot of money. But yeah, it's all good. I'm going to do a little shout out for Bookaholics. I luckily got a package for the post when we had Jay come on. He sent me this, and then this is the one I like the most.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Bucaholic UK, yeah, that little school gang.
Yeah.
And I want a big shout out to him, so that's much appreciated for that, man. It's really cool of you. He sent me a message after we did the interview. I think it was only about a month ago. Took a while to get here, but he's like, "Oh, I'm going to get you some stuff." I was like, "Oh, wow, okay, cool." So I think I'll turn one of those into a cap.
You got a Buckaholic flag yet?
No, I'm going to I need to sort out all my wife's crap here because it looks like I live in like a really posh house. Now, my
Well,
wife has good.
there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing
My
wrong
wife
with
has good taste. The bathroom is Buccaneers themed. It's just I worry that it echoes throughout the house because they're all asleep right now.
right.
I'm worried that it echoes, but it's got like wall to wall. To be fair, my wife comes up with so many cool ideas. The back wall for the toilet. She's like, why didn't you get like a big ass? You can get like what's called chalkboard paint, and you can draw up plays and stuff on it. I was like, that sounds amazing. And then I was like, yeah, I might do that. And then I turned around to the other day. I was like, I'm not going to do that. She went, why? She went, because I know one of my friends is going to write cock on it somewhere, and I don't want that. I'll write this like beautiful play up of a nice defense or some stuff. And one of my best friends who thinks everything is funny if you write cock on it will probably do that. So double cock in giant words written across my chalkboard, and I'll be pissed off, and we'll probably get into an argument or a fight. So.
Yeah, it definitely be somebody writes on my wall.
You don't write on a man's wall with this. You just don't do it. You just don't do it.
Got your comment here, man. Will Brewer.
Here we got Will Brewer. Greetings from Chicago, guys. Hey, well, we're across the pond over here, and I believe Johnny Dean is in Pittsburgh.
Yep, not too far.
I was going to go Philadelphia. I was going to go Philadelphia to be safe, and I was like, no, I'm going to go the extra mile.
Don't ever do that, man. Don't ever do that. Even a Pittsburgh.
Oh, sorry, Pennsylvania. I meant. Sorry, do apologize. Pennsylvania. Right. I meant Pennsylvania. So I got confused. State to city. It happened.
There's a big rivalry. There's a big rivalry between the two. So.
Oh, for sure.
I don't will.
Right, so let's talk a little bit more about our Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was nice to see Rachaad White get a few touches.
I'd like to see him get a few more, but that'll come with time.
Yeah, I think it's so. Julio Jones had that one catch. Sorry, go ahead.
That's the greedy fan in me. I want them all right now. I want to see what they got. But they got to develop. Let them develop.
If I had to talk about a player that I wasn't particularly pleased with, I'd probably go Jalen Darden. Or Crazy Legs, as I like to call him, because that guy cannot just hit up. I don't even, I know what you always talk about, finding the lane and stuff. Sometimes I just want someone I want him to hit and get an angle and just hit it hard.
Yeah,
it's a rugby term. Is you find if you run at a certain angle, not what he does, dancing around and prattling around, and it doesn't work. I get it because you're trying to make someone miss, but the problem is, the longer you do it, is you're allowing the rest of the team to catch up and get that secondary hit on you.
Exactly. You gotta see your spot and take it right away.
Juking and dancing in the field is when you're one-on-one, it's just mono on mono, and if you get past him, it's done. You're going to gain like either a huge chunk or you're going to gain a touchdown. You don't do it when you could gain millimeters. There's just no point. And he gets caught doing that quite often. I think that's my biggest pet peeve of him, and I think it's been the biggest pet peeve of most Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. But hey, maybe we see a bit more Rachaad White. What about the doink from Jake Camarada? I hate that you have to have a rule in place because of a fucking stadium. There's a rule in place because the stadium was made terribly. Right. I'm sorry. I mean, I just think it's stupid.
Well, they're mostly going to dome stadiums now, so I guess the rule applies to all stadiums. So I guess
I could see that. And then we had Brady had a run, did he? -1 yard. Okay, fair enough. So just look at the stats down here, and then Brashard Perrin was a little disappointing. He didn't really get out to say much. That's a bit of a shame. He did have one run on an end around or a
Yeah.
nice replay.
Was that him? That was Julio on the end around.
No. I'm looking at rushing stats. Rushing stats, I got Leonard Fournette 127, Rashad White 14, Julio Jones 17 with 2 attempts, Tom Brady with 2 attempts and minus 1 yard. I'll go with that. Jalen Darden with one attempt and 2 yards, and then Brashad Perriman with 1 and 7 yards, and that's all the rushing.
No, yeah, but Julio Jones had that end around, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. I think they if you're gonna have like I'm looking at Jalen, they've got Jalen Darden and they've got Brashad Perriman. If they're rushing the ball, it's probably either from an end around or a design sweep.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, Julio. I think Julio did have. I'm not Julio. I'm saying
I think
Perryman
they
had.
all did.
Yeah, he did
I
have
think
that.
they.
That. I just finished watching the game again too.
Oh, you've watched it a second time.
Oh, I'll watch it 5 more times before Thursday.
Fair play. I mean, I just don't have the time.
I have to pause it, slow motion it. I look it over. I study a lot of tape like that, man.
Can you do me a favor then? Give me not right now because obviously you're second play into it, but one thing I want to do on if you guys want to do on NFL Edition, I don't know because I know NFL Edition's more it's NFL, isn't it? And you talk
Right.
Bucs in that. But what I want to do on Buc'n across the pond, across the Buc'n pond, I haven't had really had chance to do something we've been talking about was to break down everyone's favorite play on offense and everyone's favorite play on defense. And I think the favorite play on defense I'm guessing, is going to be the Winfield interception. And I'm going to break it down, draw it up, and that kind of stuff.
My favorite play on defense was the Shaq. Barrett. What's his name? Not Barrett. That's Shaq Barrett. Oh my God, we just got him back from the Raiders. We had him.
Nassib?
Nassib, thank you. I always draw a blank with that name, man.
Oh.
The Nassib and Vay sack that they shared. That was they sandwiched the guy, man.
He had and Vaya had a quiet game in comparison. But
Vay was punching holes in that pocket all night long.
But this is the thing, I think that's why Vaya doesn't get the recognition he deserves because he sets everybody else up. That's always been his thing. There was a stat someone came out with it's a couple of years ago, but Shaq Barrett sacks with Vaya and Shaq Barrett sacks without Vaya. It's like 3 versus like 18 or something like that in combined seasons.
Crazy, yeah.
It was something crazy.
And they're only bringing Shaq in on certain downs.
He's right. Fred Moore's right. Perriman lost. Yeah, it's minus. Sorry, I thought there was a speck of dirt on my tablet. And then we got Jason Swade. You guys snuck in a show on me. How naughty of you. Hey, Jason, anytime, brother.
Oh, he just got excited.
Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. I gave him the little.
You gave him the wink.
gave him the wink. So let's talk about the receiving side of the game. We got Mike Evans. That was a nice little flip the ball down.
Between Mike Evans' one-handed back catch and Julio's catch, it's a draw to me. I can't pick one over the other. They were both fantastic plays.
I'll go, and I think didn't both of them set each other up, so it's like one allowed the other one to happen, kind of thing. Is that right?
Oh, they were playing on separate sides of the field.
No. What I'm saying is like the Julio catch was then later on after a couple of plays became the touchdown catch of Mike Evans. So you needed the Julio catch to begin with. So there is significance to it, but I would say, and they're both so pretty. I think the one I'd say the Mike Evans one looks sexier because it's that one-handed grab, pulls it in. But they were both pretty damn good.
I'm basing the Julio one on the fact that everybody thought he was done and is over with. He's too old.
For sure.
And then he goes out there and had the game like he had. Kudos 100% to Julio, man. Because I was a doubter. I'll tell you that now. I was a doubter after last season and the last couple of seasons he's had with Atlanta. I was like, I think he's kind of done. And then he comes out and performs like that last night.
Apparently on the TB12 method again.
Yep.
Another person on the TB12.
Oh, Jason Swade winked back at you there.
I got a feeling I know who Jason Swade is. But his name shall stay anonymous.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. Oh man, that was a tongue twister right there. So yeah, Mike Evans gets himself 71, one touchdown, and obviously no one else gets any, which is a bit of a shame. I would like to. I mean, can you think of how this game would have looked if we just converted 2 of those kicks into touchdowns, and we're talking about a completely different game? I mean, it was a domination anyway in some ways, but
it was a defensive dominated game, that's for sure. I mean, they never even got in field goal range again. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's it. That's exactly it. I just we needed to see that, and I think that's going to be great for the Buccaneers secondary. We walk away with no injuries on that secondary too, as well. So that's always great. And both of them did really well. I mean, hey, CeeDee Lamb looked like a nobody.
Well, CeeDee Lamb's a number 2 anyway. I was wanting to see how he would perform as a number 1, and he didn't. He didn't surprise me. Now that's kind of he's always relied on Cooper to take the heat. You know what I mean? So he looked great when Cooper's taking the heat, but when you're taking the heat, when you got it all eyes are on you, then what do you do? And we kind of saw what he does. He's just not a number 1, man.
He's not. I agree. But he hasn't shown it yet, and they tried a million different ways to get that guy the ball. He was in the slot. He was here. He was there. They never truly. Sorry, I'm just going to try and put this on charge.
Yeah, and they were talking about. All right. That was Dak. Dak played most of that game before he got hurt. All right, he couldn't move the ball, so Dallas is in a lot more trouble than not just having Dak on board. They're in a lot more. There's a lot more problems in Dallas than just Dak being out. And that's a big problem. If he's out for 4 to 6 weeks, they better be digging up somebody to replace him because.
Right. So and this is where I was going to go with this. So talking about our recently vanquished foe. I said that very English style. And just to have a bit of fun here, let's put a few of these up. Dallas Cowboys last Super Bowl party.
That's about it.
Current Dallas Cowboys cheerleader from Nas. Realizing the Cowboys are going to lose tonight, priceless. So I had to get a couple in that. I was going to begin the show with a Cowboy just lay down dead. That might be the ending of the show right now. Nah, it's all good. I'm bringing my Dallas Cowboys, UK Dallas Cowboys fan. He will be joining me again on the Saturday night edition of, and we're going to break down. I mean, he predicted a Cowboys loss. He's a realist.
Right.
He said he hasn't seen enough from his team to see it go any further as much as he'd like to. He still drafted Dak in his fantasy, so he's very easy to beat in fantasy because he is a Dallas boy. He loves his Dallas Cowboys. He's just not arrogant.
Well, they would have been a little bit better offensively if Gallup had been playing. Yeah. I think Gallup would be a better number 1, even though he's a great slot receiver. I think he'd be a better number 1 than Lamb.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. They always used Lamb as a slot receiver. He got most of his production was out the slot, which is where they did put him. But the problem is, if you know that the outside guys can't do nothing, you just double up the slot.
Exactly.
And then bracket with safeties. You're never really under duress.
But I don't know what it is if Gallup loses races to Lamb or something like that. But
so here's my thing: I'll put your GM hat on, or I say your Jerry Jones hat on. So you're now Jerry Jones. I mean, you and Jerry Jones probably are the same year, right?
Watch it, man.
So you're now Jerry world. You've got all these Jones people around you because he likes to be surrounded by Joneses. Are you panicking, or are you sticking with Cooper
We
Rush?
saw he was panicking last night.
Mhm.
He was in a full blown panic last night in his interview. So yeah, he's panicking. Um, what's he going to do? The two backup quarterbacks they have right now, he tried to get rid of them and they couldn't even get rid of them. They put them out on the waiver wire and nobody picked them up. So they
So
picked them
now
up
on the
with
practice squad.
the team. Yeah,
Well, that's sweet.
now what do you got? You got two people who can't play the quarterback position as your backup. Now they're going to be one of them's got to be a starter. You better be out there looking for somebody real quick. And
So
everybody knows. All right, I tried to explain this earlier in the chat, but
I know. And that's
everybody
where I want
knows
you to go with it. Talk me through your pro. And like I said, you're the GM, so you can, if you want to go and try and grab somebody with a
the
trade,
beef
that's
the
fine.
beef between San Francisco and Dallas will not allow them to go get Jimmy, right? But
Do you
that's
think that
if
just to add my 2 cents worth in here, I agree with what you're saying that there's a lot of blood involved in that, but you've got to remember that their current GM is about winning now. I suppose it depends on what the offer is, isn't it?
yeah,
What's
yeah.
the offer?
If
What are
I'm
you going to offer them?
Jerry, I go offer them anything they want right now
Would
because
you offer?
it,
Would you? Okay, what was the most you would offer
uh, for Jimmy,
for Jimmy?
okay, considering I'm not sold on Dak, Jerry. See, now that's where I'm split now. Jerry's sold on Dak, I guess. I'm not sure. I think he's starting to second guess that
But
now.
he's got a guaranteed contract to a certain degree, and he's got
Right,
years left and what have you. So
right. But
there's something.
all contracts can be beat if you don't do your job properly. If you're not there to do your
The
job,
guaranteed money will always stay with it.
right? Okay. Anyhow, you're sidetracking me.
Go on,
Um,
talk me through it.
if I'm Jerry, I would offer the Niners the world right now. I'd give them the two.
Would you give him a first?
I'd give them a first right now. If you
You
come into
give
this
them.
league,
I
if
wouldn't give him
you
a first.
go, oh, listen,
I'll give him a fourth.
he is in right now to be in the playoffs. They want this division win, and he's serious about it. You heard him last year, right?
Mhm.
He's serious about this shit. If you're that friggin' serious, you know you're not going to win a game with those guys. Either one of those
I think
backups.
the problem is it's not if they had Amari Cooper and they had Michael Gallup comes back and
And
they got the Dolphins.
they still have quarterbacks who can't even make the practice squad up anywhere. Okay.
I mean, I beg to differ because he did have one game that he played. I got the stats here somewhere. He played against the Minnesota Vikings, won it, and he went 3 touchdowns for 1 interception, 245
Who
yards.
did? Who did?
Cooper Rush last year.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened either because it's not the guy I saw. So that's why I'm like,
But they put Cooper Rush on the waiver wire. They cut him. Put him on
I'm
the
not.
waiver wire.
I'm just saying that he was just to go with your point there. I'm just saying that he started a game last year where he did solid, like 60% of his passes. It's all right. He had a good game, but I'm not saying you sell it all. I'll tell you what. This is how I see it. It's all going to come down to do the coaching staff believe Cooper Rush is the guy? If Cooper Rush isn't the guy because of the amount of time that Dak is out, if it was only a couple of weeks, I'd say go with Cooper Rush 100% because by the time you've got a quarterback up to scratch and up to speed with your system, sorry?
I said, you asked me a question. I'm trying to answer, but you're taking me so far away from my answer.
All right, sorry, go with it. I'm going to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, man. Okay, man. Look, Jerry Jones, all in. There's nobody else out there of Jimmy's quality. I'd give a first round pick and a second round pick to him right now for a quarterback who's been to 2 Super Bowls. All he's got to do is go in there and manage
1 Super Bowl.
2.
One.
But lost both of them, but he's been to 2.
1 Super Bowl. 1 Super Bowl.
Right, 1 Super Bowl. I ain't gonna argue. I ain't got stats.
The Niners have. Okay, you gonna go with the Pats? You're putting the Pats in the Super Bowl conversation there. He didn't take them there. He didn't throw no passes to get them there.
My
He's only been
man,
in
you
one
did
Super
to me again. Would you hush and let me finish? God, you get me out of my train of thought, and then I have to scramble. I'm done. I can't get back there again, dude.
All right, bro. Like what I'm trying to say is, we know that he did the one where they got they were
When did he
playing
do
against
that?
the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, you're gonna make me pull up stats here, man. Here's my point. My point that I was trying to make is they can't go 6 games without winning a game, and I don't believe they'll win a game in the next 6 games with Cooper
With
Rush.
Cooper Rush. Okay.
Okay, and if Jerry's serious about all this crap, he's going to have to do something.
Okay.
And
No, I agree with you.
There's only the one quarterback that I see out there, unless they go digging through somebody's scraps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there are guys available. It's dependent on who you think's available, who can do the job. I mean,
You're telling the public, you're telling your fans that you're going to be in the playoffs this year. And Jerry's dead serious. He came out and made public announcements about it. You heard him last night on his last interview. And another thing is, it wouldn't be bad to have Jimmy there just in case, because Dak Prescott hasn't stayed healthy a full year yet.
no, that's a really good point, Johnny. I'm just going to add a little something, a little spice to this cake that you're baking for me. This year, Dak counts 19 million against the cap. Next year, he's 49 million against the cap. The year after that, he's 52 million against the cap.
That's the whole Jerry digs for himself with these fucking outlandish
The dead cap's even worse. Like, let's not even go. The dead cap next year is 89 million and then 39 million. So yeah, he's got the voidable years on top of that as well. So he'll be dead cap for a while. He's dead cap until 2026, 2 years after he has finished playing with the team. If he's not with them, I see where you're going with it, and I'm gonna add an interesting turn of events here. The Buccaneers. Let's say the Buccaneers have a great season. We either win the Super Bowl or we have a good enough season that we can say, hang our hats on it and say that was a freaking solid season. Maybe we go to championship game, or we get to Super Bowl and don't finish off, or whatever. Tom Brady retires, and you've just went to bat. I've heard you go to bat for Jimmy G. Would you take Jimmy G? He's gonna be a free agent now, right?
After I give Trask a full season tryout.
Okay.
I'm not one. I'm not one to just give up on somebody that I think. Tom Brady thought Trask was worth it. The GM thought Trask was worth it. Let's see what they can do with him.
Yeah. So you'd hope to get Jimmy G not cheap, because you're not going to get him cheap. No one's going to get him cheap, are they? They're going to be paying at least 10 to 15 million for him.
That's dirt cheap for quarterback, though. So yeah,
it is dirt cheap for a quarterback. I keep forgetting that Tom Brady sets the bar really low for quarterback prices. But yeah, I mean, I kind of like to see the Dallas Cowboys in a little bit of turmoil, so I would like them to go and get Jimmy G, and he plays lights out for them, and they're like, shit, now we've got 2 guys and we can't pay them both.
They're not going to get Jimmy unless they really want to separate that whole discussion between Jimmy and Trey, because I know Lynch has already come out and said it. They've made no bones about Trey Lance. This is his team, and I believe them, because for one thing, they don't want no controversy in the locker room.
No.
They want him comfortable. All right. Jimmy G came in there and they had that big discussion with Jimmy about, can you be a backup to Trey? You know?
Yeah.
Is there going to be any problem, any issue? Because Trey is the starting quarterback. And they agree. They all agreed that this is going to work out. They can work it that way. Now, if they decided to, because see, their other backup, they already let go to the Lions, right?
Yeah.
So they might want to say, well, you know what? We're pretty good at backup right now. Our quarterback position is pretty sealed up. So no, Jerry Jones, you made your bed, lay in it.
Yep. and then he has to go looking around the league. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is on a team, I believe. I can't remember which team that is. I did have this written down. Unfortunately, I was in that rush to get out of work. All my notes are left at work, so I kind of screwed myself on that one. But Tyrod Taylor's on a team. It depends on your opinion of Gardner Minshew. He's on a team. He's with the
Right,
Eagles.
right now, Gardner Minshew is better than anything they got.
Yeah, but that's my point. My point is, it's how the Dallas Cowboys see these players that we're talking about. Jordan Love, he is available. Why
Is
not?
he? Is he? Don't they have a big contract with Jordan?
Jordan Love, he's got his rookie deal.
Huh. I don't see
Yeah,
the Packers letting him go though. They put a lot of investment into him,
no, but
and
then they didn't. I mean, I know everyone said that Aaron Rodgers' contract is multiple 1-year contracts,
yeah.
so
So
that's
you're
the
right.
problem
You
there.
got to hold on to the security blanket there. Yeah.
But like you said, okay, Gardner
Oh,
Minshew, what would you give up for Gardner?
Jerry Jones? Who knows, man? The guy is
Like,
outrageous.
and you got the GM hat on. What would you give up?
But
I'll go
me
four.
for Gardner
You
Minshew,
drafted in 6 rounds, so you've already got a bargain there. And his
I'm
last year in
giving
the
I'm
NFL.
giving a fifth. I'm giving a fifth round. That's a higher investment they spent on him.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And uh,
Jordan Love,
Jordan, I don't think I'd want to touch Jordan with a
you don't want to touch him.
ball.
I don't like him either. I think at least with Gardner Minshew, you get playoff experience. I believe. Give me a second. I've got to think.
I would take
I'm going to
Tyrod
say.
Taylor
Trying
above
to say
him.
his real. I'm trying to say his real name, and I only know the name that everyone calls him. Big Nick Dick.
Don't even know who you're talking about there.
Nick Foles.
Oh no, I don't like Nick Foles.
He's with the Colts and he's a backup. So you've got Tyrod Taylor, Gardner Minshew. I like Todd. You know, Tyrod Taylor. As long as someone
Tyrod
doesn't pick
Taylor's
his
my
line.
guy, man. I like Tyrod Taylor. I would take him faster than any of the others you've mentioned so far.
Okay, I think I would agree. I quite like Gardner Minshew. I think the brand that he has, but I'm talking brand. But I also believe that if you look at his stats up, he ain't that bad of a quarterback, really. It's just there's a reason he's not starting.
Right.
There's a reason for it. Yeah,
Yep.
that it's obvious. Um, so yeah, Tyrod Taylor to me is probably the best because I think you could trade. You're not going to trade the world to get him. You don't have to.
Nope.
You don't have to. Like you said. You said personally, if you could, you would trade a first and a second to go and get Jimmy G tomorrow. That is
Yeah.
correct.
If personally, if I was the Dallas Cowboys GM
Yeah.
right now in this
Okay.
situation, absolutely.
Right. But Tyrod Taylor, you probably could offer a fourth, maybe a third, maybe less.
Probably less.
And I mean,
But they know. But whoever you're going to be negotiating with is going to know the situation you're in, also, and they're going to put it to you. So
mhm. I don't know what the Dallas Cowboys have in spades that they could offer.
the best thing they could do right now to avoid any of the teams screwing them is give Ryan Fitzpatrick a call.
Yeah, another. This is here we go. We got the dude. Is that storm broken? Oh no, he's gone. He's popped in. um, this is one of the things I was thinking about. Like, you're right. He he's retired. I don't know how far away he is from game day because it's a recent.
He's one Bills game away, probably.
Probably that's the problem. But hey, why not pick up the phone and field that phone call and say, look, do you want to come and play for the Dallas Cowboys? I mean, I don't think he's played for him before, so he gets to have another jersey to his collection. And here's another guy. I can't remember his name. Josh Jackson?
Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson.
Yeah.
He's got signed, but he's on a practice squad, so he could get signed off the practice squad.
He plays in the spring leagues a lot.
Yeah.
So he's
bounced around the league a long time.
Shape.
Yeah, I think a lot of people to put context into this, and this is kind of end up becoming what will the Dallas Cowboys do next show rather than even doing the Bucs. But it's big news. It's one of those things that you've got a really powerful franchise, a big name brand franchise that is expected to make big moves in a, let's face it, absentee division, who all have wins now compared to the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I know it's week 1. but they were I'm not saying the team to beat, but they were kind of expected. A couple of people, a lot more people thinking that it's going to be the Eagles, and I completely agree. I'm on that boat. I think the Eagles will win it. Now I think they will in it. It's a foregone conclusion. They will win the NFC East for sure. It's not even close.
That's it. Sealed. Let's end the season right now.
Yeah. But if there's any decent money on it, get it in now because it's worth it.
Oh
I
no,
don't.
that'd be nice for the boat, man. That's already gone.
Sorry.
Want to put some money on something? Bet on Dallas winning the season, would have winning the division now. There's your return.
But yeah, but you're probably not going to get it. It's a
Put
guaranteed no.
$1. Put $1 on it. You're not losing anything, but you got more to gain.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. But no, I don't see it happening. I just think that Eagles team is just too well.
Yeah,
It's well coached. It's well coached, and it's front to back really good. I mean, even though they lost a player, right?
I don't even remember if they did or not. I wasn't
I'd have to
focused on
check. I've only got Buccaneers and Dallas and New Orleans stuff up at the moment. And I don't want to add another window because it'll probably slow it down even more. But let's look at this Dallas team. They got Ezekiel Elliott gets 10 attempts, 52 yards. Actually looked kind of good on paper, but they used him very sparingly. They did not want to run the football. I felt they were a bit too pass happy against us. They kind of, it was almost like they were like, we're not going to run the football, so we're just going to pass.
They couldn't
And
run the football. They got a couple of good breaks there a couple of times, but other than that, they had 25 or 30 runs in the game, man. But once we got ahead of them, they had to just go away from it completely.
There's something go wrong with Ezekiel Elliott because he's 10 attempts for 52 yards. Yards per attempt, that's 5.2.
Yep.
That's good yardage. That's really good yardage.
Too bad they had to use a blocker instead most of the game.
And Tony Pollard, 6 attempts for 8 yards, so 1.3. Dak Prescott gets himself 2 attempts, 11 yards with 5.5, and then that's all they wrote. Dalton Schultz was somebody I thought they should have gone to a little bit more and not just,
if you notice, Levante had Dalton Schultz pretty much locked down most of the game.
I'm looking at this. 9 targets, 7 receptions, 62 yards. So he had bigger game than I thought he actually did because I don't remember hearing being talked about. Noah Brown was the leading wide receiver with 9 targets and 5 catches. And then I can't pronounce that name. Simi Fatico or Fahiko. 3-2, 12, and then Dennis Houston 5-2, and then CeeDee Lamb 11 targets to 2 receptions and 29 yards, completely taken out of the game as a nobody. And to considering they chose him over Justin Jefferson is just insane. And then, yeah, that's it.
Hindsight's wonderful.
It is. Leighton Vander Esch was their leading tackler. Anthony Brown and then Michael Parsons only got himself a combined 5 tackles because they used him primarily as a pass rusher, which is what they always do with him. I'd like to see that guy a bit more sideline to sideline and then used his pass rush here and there when needed, personally. So we got the New Orleans Saints.
This is Victory Monday, right?
Yes, it's Victory Monday. It's Victory
and
Monday.
And now we got to talk about the Saints. Okay. Yeah, I get it, man. They are our next man up.
Next man up.
Don't look at this game going to be running the same way as the Dallas game did.
I mean, Atlanta kept themselves in it. They were never out of it. If the Buccaneers sharpen the edge of that, look, I know that they're this team that if we beat them, the confidence that's going to go into this team is going to be insane.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be throwing my hat all over the place. I'll be jumping up.
Yeah,
but I'm not picking us to win that game. And you can't use Atlanta's performance against.
Yeah, because it's week 1.
Because Atlanta has had good game. Atlanta kind of owns the Saints. All right. Atlanta can be the crappiest team in the world. Saints Super Bowl team. And guess what? When the Saints won the Super Bowl, Atlanta beat them that year. They
Yeah.
weren't crap. It's that mentality, that division rivalry thing. You can never. They're the hardest games to pick. Period.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm just saying, like, it's just one of those things. And then, James Winston goes 67.5, so we call it 68, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, which is shocking. Sacked 4 times, though. So there's blood in the water.
Yeah. Atlanta's always had a good. They sacked Breeze a ton. I don't look at that game as a adjuster to what we're going to.
No, but you've got to
We
kind of
were a
look at
Super
it. Okay,
Bowl.
well,
We were Super Bowl champs in 2002 and in 2020, and they
we
swept
didn't
us
be
both
we swept.
times.
Yep, agreed. Yep. Alvin Kamara got himself 39 yards rushing, and then about 7 yards in receiving. God, he had a quiet day. Taysom Hill, a lot of yards rushing, 81 yards, 1 touchdown, and then receiving, nothing. All she wrote. Mark Ingram, nothing really there.
Well, Taysom Hill got
22 yards.
that touchdown on a 40-yard run and then a 10-yard run after it. So Taysom Hill was very effective in that game.
Mm-hmm. You could see it. I mean, longest run was 57 yards.
That might have been him.
And then Jarvis Landry coming out with 114 yards. Lead dog.
Yep.
But then it was Michael Thomas with the touchdowns of 57 yards, 2 touchdowns, and completed with a catch rate of 62, which is good for us, I guess. I don't know if you look at it. Chris Olave, 3 for 3, 100%, 41 yards, and then Jawan Johnson, 5 attempts, 2 receptions of 43. Yeah, I mean, they look good. From an offensive point of view, they look much more like they got a little bit more teeth in the mouth, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I
don't remember too many games yesterday that looked good in the first half anyway. So,
what was your biggest shock? What was your biggest surprise loss or win last night?
The Bears over the Packers.
Yeah, they weren't Packers. Bears had the Niners.
I mean the Vikings over the Packers.
Oh no, I wasn't surprised.
I actually think I picked the Vikings. Not the Vikings, the Bears over San Francisco.
I didn't. I picked
Ben's little poll there. Ben put up a poll, and I think that's the one I picked. But
I believe I'm winning the pick race at the moment.
No,
I've got 9.
I've got 9.
Oh, so you're with me then?
I guess so. If you got 9,
it depends on what happens with this one then.
Yeah, well, I'm going to lose this one because I didn't pick Seattle. Seattle was supposed to.
I didn't pick Seattle either.
Let's go. The dude is bored.
Yeah, we got to keep him entertained.
Hey, dude, come in here and tell us to shut the fuck up or something like we've been telling each other.
Yeah, I can see him. He's playing. So let's go through the comments. We'll break up. Will the brewer? Oh, I hope he brews alcohol. That'd be good.
Shut the fuck up.
What was your take on these games?
What games?
All right, let's start with the Bucs since this is a Bucs show.
Okay, you want to know what I think about the Bucs game?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Well, that's going to make you the monkey in the middle there, buddy.
Well, at least let me have some
space. And first of all, why or how the Jerry Jones hasn't been on the phone for Jimmy Garoppolo yet is beyond me.
Thank you.
Let's see. Hey, Dallas, are you still them boys? Are you?
Make no noise.
Here's the thing, though. I can make a very good comparison from the Dallas Cowboys to the Kansas City Chiefs. That they both only scored 3 against the Bucs.
Yeah.
Total dominance. I shouldn't say total. A very dominant style game of defense. I think we saw with the Buccaneers under Todd Bowles what a lot of us suspected, which was a more balanced attack. And look at there, lo and behold, Leonard Fournette, when you make him a feature back, he's got 100 yards for you.
127.
Yeah.
And I think if it was total yards, it was around 140, wasn't it? Because he had some receiving. But anyway, Brady, hey Brady, eat a couple burritos, bro. You're looking a little skinny in the head region. But the offense played well. Chris Godwin turns out it's just a hamstring. There, it's not as bad, or it's not anything to do with his rebuilt knee. So that's a good thing, right?
Yes, very much.
He still will be out. I think he'll be out a couple weeks. They aren't saying, but you know how that game works.
I thought I heard that was going to be like 3 weeks, maybe.
Well, they're saying 2 to 3 weeks, but he was supposed to be out until week 8 with the initial injury, right? So there you go.
Hyperextension for Donovan Smith.
Yep.
Hey. Here's what I will say that a lot of people. Cool. You know what? Hey, you're an old metalhead, Johnny, and you're a metalhead from back in the day too, right, Slick?
Yeah, I like the metal punk rock. For sure.
All right. So
Sex Pistols.
So what I was thinking is, at some point we could come up with a segment here where we throw this up, and we can have each of us have a hard, outlandish take, and we will go do this and call it in honor of the 80s metal band Accept, and we're going to put our balls on the wall. All right. But anyway, the Bucs, Chris Godwin, I'll say this, let him rest 2 or 3 weeks. These 4 games to start the season are horrible, right? I mean, the schedule's brutal, but
you don't want him to play against the Saints. Not again.
No.
Well, I mean, look what I'll say this. Julio Jones didn't look bad. He looked great, I thought.
He didn't look too shabby, did he?
Yeah, no. And you ready for some controversy?
Give me the controversy.
All right. Hey, everybody, head to Twitter, because evidently Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowgirls was upset that he felt the block by, we'll call him Sunday Night Football Lenny, was illegal or should be illegal. And even Cam Jordan and other people like Von Miller have joined in.
Von Miller did. He said it's too much contact.
Right. So I'll say this, Mr. Defensive guys who are big, tough guys, huff and tough and rumble at the line of scrimmage after the play, all that stuff. Okay, so you're upset that you're quote unquote engaged and you get hit high. I can understand the below the knee while you're engaged, but you're upset that you get hit shoulder to shoulder or high. Okay, so that you mean when one of your defensive guys from now on has the ball carrier in his arms, you're not going to hit him?
Or
it works both ways.
Or
Exactly.
Thanos.
Yeah, it works both ways. So Cam Jordan.
No, what they really want is as they come in to block, they got to go, I declare my block. I will block it with all my might. So they know that it's coming.
Right. So Von Miller, Cam Jordan, and I'm going to call you Michelle Parsons for that tweet. You're going to tell me if you round the corner and you beat your block and you see that Tom Brady has a defensive guy holding on to him, trying to drag him to the ground, you're not going to go finish him off? Right. So what's the difference? How about this? Look at your paycheck, realize there's a certain risk to be done with it, realize Micah Parsons didn't get hurt on the play, and also not to be, you can't not point out the fact that, hey, Micah, if you had a problem with it, why didn't you say something to Leonard when you were face to face, bruh? Oh, you got on Twitter. Why? Because your name's Michelle. All right, what other games do you want to talk about?
Let's keep going with this one, man.
Okay. Hey, suck up. I mean, good job and not good job. How do you have a good and not good game?
That's suck up. That's everybody fell in love with him last year because he hit everything from underneath 40.
Buccaneer fans will fall in love with any kicker that can kick 5 kicks in a row.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or that doesn't jump up and down.
But I'm ready to have somebody that can go from 60. I'm sorry. And consistently and at PATs.
Oh, look, I'm going to put my balls on the wall real quick and say, I'm ready just to forego punting and extra points and go full-blown Madden and go for 2 and go for it on 4th down. All right, back to you.
That was perfect timing because Shannon Sharp is up here talking right now, too. So it's like I was getting the same.
Are you comparing me to Shannon Sharp, dude?
That comment?
I mean, he did do a shot live just to piss off Oliver.
Well, I will say this: I'm sure Shannon Sharp had a wonderful morning with Skip Bayless today.
Oh, he did. I've seen it.
Did you see Skip Bayless jump on the Bucs bandwagon today?
I don't want him on our bandwagon. Skip Bayless.
You didn't see what he did? He was on Twitter and he took off his Cowboy jersey and hat and threw it down and put on a fucking Brady jersey.
I'll be impressed when Troy Aikman does that.
Hey, I'll say this: Troy Aikman. So far tonight, you don't look drunk.
He sure don't, because I'm watching Peyton.
No, he looks pretty clear, like clear-headed, and ESPN's probably like, "Hey, bro, you're working for Disney now. You can't go on with full Harvey Wallbangers in you, bro. That's only for the Marvel section."
Oh, they're wearing those lime green jerseys as well.
Yeah, it's like looking at a graded paper from high school, bro.
It really does with the white.
Who just went?
It's a bunch of highlighted check marks all over it, and you got more BS to deal with. Hey, I saw on Twitter. You ready for this? Another balls to the wall take. Right? Boom, balls. So Seattle got a first and second round, and apparently a better quarterback. Boom, boom. Oh,
Gino's sharp, man. He really is.
Wait, okay, Gino's like suck up. He can be seriously intelligent and dumb at the same time.
It's amazing, dude.
You're like, how did he read that defense? And then 2 plays later, you're like, what is his problem? Does he have an extra chromosome?
He's got something. He's got something. Here we go.
Hey, why is Jerry Jeudy not who he should have been? Does that make sense? Was that a question? That seemed more like a
statement.
More like a really bad tweet. Oh, who's talking now? Oh, fuck him.
So what have you got for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus New Orleans?
Man, I don't know. When was the last time the Bucs beat him not in the playoffs?
Oh, 20 years ago, maybe?
Jameis's last year.
That's what I'm saying. So
that first game that we won in '77, it wasn't.
I've seen.
Is Kamara playing?
He played last night.
Okay.
Did he? I didn't know.
Yeah. I feel like we have enough beef up front and speed at the linebacker position across the board to where if we just play the run straight up against the Saints and Kamara and let him do his thing, we can keep from the big play. What we need to do, if I'm Todd Bowles, and seriously, I'm not, and I'm not risking a bunch of $1 million salary saying this, I would blitz Winston, make him make quick decisions, make him get out of the pocket, run around and throw and do all those Jameis Winston plays we are so familiar with back in the day. Yeah, he's going to get you on a few, but I also think you're
going to get him.
Right. And I think if you can put a little doubt in that Saints team, I think Tom Brady will kick that door open and exploit it.
So what you're saying is you want Jameis Winston to play football.
I want to blitz. And when you're not blitzing, I want you to blitz.
Well, you know what they say about the blitz, right? Live by blitz, die by
blitz. Get quiet.
They got Jarvis Landry and Michael Thomas out there.
All right, either it got real quiet, either Johnny's mic got quiet or my edible kicked in. Which one?
Your edible kicked in.
Nice. Because I'm on fire.
You can't do that with Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry in the back there, man.
I don't want to do much with those two guys. Oh.
Well, Jason probably would.
Not that kind of show, is it? Do we got anything else cool? What else are we talking about? We still talking about the Bucs? Okay, the Bucs. Hey, Donovan Smith, you can play if you can stand the pain. That's basically what they're telling you. So they're challenging your manhood in a kind of a weird way.
They said it's a pain threshold thing. So it's, if he doesn't play, they've kind of put a fucking
That's exactly. It feels like they were kind of like, yeah, he can play if he's not puss.
Yeah, I love that. So he's kind of got no choice now. It's like,
oh, I gotta find the screenshot. When I find the screenshot, I'll send it to you guys. But I'm sure you saw it during the game when Tom Brady was ripping the offensive lineman's ass. I think it was Hainsey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you see the look on Hainsey's face? It was like I don't know. It was
His jaw dropped. Like,
no, he was like, "Oh my God, that's a grown man talking to me like that." And Tom Brady's looking at him like, "I'm thinking about just whacking you right now." That whole exchange, yeah, you like a mob thing, like kill him. No, I mean, okay, another balls against the wall thing here, ready? Boom.
NFL. Whacking and balls against the wall.
Hey, NFL. If we're going to have all these white uniforms, especially the white pants, can we either, one, mandate some form of athletic supporter, or two, put in a couple extra pieces of cloth in the certain front area of these pants? Because I'm real tired of seeing sausage flop back and forth when we're playing football, sir. Okay.
Add to that, no more white pants in heat.
And then when they get wet, when the white pants get wet, it's like offensive lineman butt crack fest. Yes. You're like, oh, look, he's wearing a T-back. We can fix this. We can't get cars to fly, but we can make it to where we don't see penises on the NFL. I know we can. Hashtag no penis.
Hashtag no penis.
They have those blurs, like those kind of like pixelated things every time a lineman walks past us.
Oh my God. I'm like, this is what. Oh, so, and then here's the thing. What do the networks do? We should put nothing but female sideline reporters out there.
Yeah, right.
Hi, I'm Meg such and such for such and such sports network, standing here amongst the trees of penises. Anyway.
Found a sausage.
It's a sausage fest.
Sausage fest, balls against the wall, and whacking.
Whacking away.
We're whacking our balls against the wall.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Tear down the wall, man. Tear down the wall.
Oh, dude.
So what else we got in that game that was fun to talk about? I know I mentioned this already, but hey, Michelle Parsons, you got knocked the fuck out. Hey, he didn't just get knocked down. He was in the air, bro.
Yeah,
it was like Matrix slow motion, like nah, 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 nah.
Lenny was just
avoiding bullets.
Yeah, he was dodging bullets like the Matrix dude. Gosh. Did Julio Jones look like old 10-year ago Julio Jones to you guys?
He didn't look too far from it.
Or is it just because Tom Brady's throwing the ball?
No, Julio Jones was making efforts to get that ball. So yeah, it was
a bit of both. I'd say. I think there's a level of pressure put on you. It's like, hang on, I now get to play with someone who was considered the greatest of all time. I need to turn the fuck up.
And I don't have to be the focus.
Yeah. But hey, you smack one of them Tom Brady balls, you are going to be the focus because everyone's going to talk about you, and it happened. And there's, Tennessee Titans all the way up Nashville going, what the fuck is this?
Speaking of balls, doesn't Tom Brady throw a great ball? Boom.
Unless it's being fucking intercepted.
Yeah, did you see the look on his face?
Yeah. I can't blame nobody for this one.
I threw it at someone's knees and they still caught it. I was like, yeah, that happened.
He literally threw the ball. It was picked off. He looked left. He looked right. And he went off. Fuck.
Brilliant.
Like everybody saw that, right? Damn it.
Now I have to go back and I'll just have to smash up my Surface Pro again.
So
he overheard Hainsey going,
I feel like
you can make as many mistakes as you want. I ain't doing shit. You're the GOAT.
I feel like Hainsey probably should have considered toughening up his name before he got to like college or the pros. I'm a lineman. I push people around. What's your name? Hainsey.
He don't even have a name where you could give him a good nickname off of it.
Mr. Hainsey. That doesn't work either. See?
No, South Park. Just call him South Park, man. Mr. Hanky.
And I think it's Hainsey. Yeah, I believe it's Hainsey. That looks like a slightly lighter skinned, bulked up, ate too many Oreos Mike Evans. Go look at the picture. I'm not wrong.
I thought he looked like a chubby Baker Mayfield.
Well, all fat white Americans look like a chubby Baker Mayfield. But
as long as they got that black hair, they're done. You're chubby Baker Mayfield.
But
Speaking of
can
Baker,
Hainsey catch a ball falling backwards with one hand in the end zone?
well, I don't know about his sex life, dude, so I'm not sure. But I will say, hey, Baker Mayfield, this is why you don't talk smack. Okay? Saw what happened? Hey, it's pretty cool out right there. There's that little BR, and it says port.
Yeah, make sure you have more weapons.
Yeah,
than
well,
just,
we should get some ports.
We're the
more.
port of BR. What? Hey, Johnny, what are you doing? That's very entertaining with looking at your nostrils, bro. We should
I'm
zoom in.
watching. I'm watching the game, dude.
Extreme close up.
17-13 still.
I wish I could control his camera, dude.
Yeah.
I'd zoom in and be like, "What's up?" Oh,
Yeah, but if
holy
you zoom in
crap!
too much, you get all his passwords.
I feel like I'm watching the movie Up.
Those aren't. That's good. I'm not. No. Leo's not around here no more. He's up in Raymond James somewhere on one of them stools talking to
Eating bananas pasta.
not being Bruce no more.
Hey, did you see Bruce up there in the booth, right?
Yes. I wore his
I want
shirt
that
last
shirt.
night, man. Come
I
on,
need
what are you
that
talking
shirt, man.
about?
I feel like he was up there playing Angry Birds.
Yeah. Just motherfucking everyone. What's this motherfucker doing? What's that motherfucker doing? He's a motherfucker.
He's up there
that's
going.
even funnier if you know that was Keith's old favorite game. You always catch him playing Angry Birds all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, see, back in the day, everything wasn't legal, so you had to do it in the hiding in your house, and you were limited. And Facebook wasn't even on mobile then, I don't think. Or did it just get on mobile? Anyway, I felt like Bruce Arians was up in that booth looking down the field going, "Can't believe a fucking goat kicked me into this fucking booth, dude. Seriously?"
I'm sure his blood pressure's happy about it. His doctors are probably pleased.
He's bragging about 2 golf games a week.
Well, first of all, dude, I guess though, I mean, you're in a golf cart all the time anyway. Might as well throw a game in now and then.
That's law. Chalk one up.
Hey, is it just me, or has Todd Bowles gotten fat?
Nah, I think he's always been
I
a
think
big boy.
Bowles is in shape, man. I think he looks fit.
Well, go look at the pictures from last night. It looks like he had a couple of like Chipotle burritos or something before the game because he's distended.
I think that's your TV outside, man. You might want to get that adjusted.
Well, it wouldn't be the TV; it'd be what's watching the TV, which is me, and it's hard to say with that.
That could be true too.
I'm that guy that can almost yell so loud the TV jumps off the wall.
Fact.
Oh dear. So let's talk about Todd Bowles. Are we happy with the coaching that we're getting out of him? Did he make any real mistakes?
I was ecstatic.
Yeah, I think the entire organization was a mistake to bring Chris Godwin back last night. Honestly.
I think that was a dumb decision for sure.
What do you get? 35, 40 yards, and you risk like a whole season? Come on, man.
I love the way everybody was like, "Hell yeah!" Oh God, no! It was like 1 minute you're all excited to see Chris Godwin out there, and the next minute,
why not use Russell Gage as that? Russell Gage had a quiet night because he wasn't on the field that often.
I don't think he got targeted a whole lot. He got
he didn't 2 for 2, but he could have had Chris Godwin slots, and then he could have been. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
no argument
here. Slot guy. He's a slot guy, so why not? That's why you brought him in. You brought Russell Gage to be that person. So get as much as you can now. While we know that the chemistry.
We go back to the Brady absence and all that stuff in camp, and they just haven't had time to get the reps together either.
Hey, speaking of the Bucs game, Cameron Brate, man, come on, man. That wasn't a good game, bro. Okay? You're supposed to be helping to replace Gronk, not helping to replace, I don't know.
O.J. Howard?
Actually, he scored a touchdown yesterday.
Two.
There you go. He's a stud.
Yeah,
O.J. Howard's a stud on the Texans. Congrats, bro. Good job. Amazing. Cameron Brate, you had some plays where you're just like, what the hell are you doing, bro?
Yep. 3 for 1, 7 yards. That's it.
No, thank you. I do. I still think the Bucs. Here's what I think. And as soon as I saw Godwin get hurt, even though I found out now it's not that serious, why hasn't Odell Beckham Jr. signed with anybody? And why do him and Tom Brady always flirt with each other on Twitter? There you go. There's a whole subject to talk about. Johnny's happy.
Odell Beckham? He's going back to the Rams, if anywhere.
I don't know, man. Did you see the way the Rams played, dude? Hey, did we see the beginning of Matt Stafford becoming Matt Stafford?
Stafford becomes Stafford.
I know everybody loves him. I'm sorry. We'll talk about something positive. Hey, did you know that the Dallas Cowboys have a linebacker named Michelle Parsons? Did I talk about that one already?
Yeah.
How about Josh? Let's
talk about our linebacking crew. Yeah, we did pretty good on the old sack front.
Yeah.
5 sacks, was it?
4, 5, maybe.
Did you say sack?
Stats.
Did you say sack?
Yeah, put it up on the wall. Put the sack up on the wall.
Gross.
4 sacks, 2 to Devin White, 1 Anthony Nelson, and they gave it the sole one to Vita Vea.
And they gave Vita the sole one?
They gave Vita Vea the full sack.
He worked his ass off for that.
Dude, Vita Vea's got a full sack, bro.
He went through 5 seconds.
Watch out, Mons Venus. Oh.
And then Devin White leads with combined tackles of 8. Antoine Winfield was 6. Vontae David was 6. And yeah, that's it. That's
Antoine Winfield is quickly becoming one of my favorite players.
I liked him the moment we drafted him, and then he's just got better and better every season. Considering he's such a scrappy player, it's probably the best way I can describe it. Gritty guy.
Hey, you know those guys after they make a defensive play and they dance and they run to the other side of the field and they do all their routines and then they talk all that smack and do all that wolfing, right? Yeah, there's 3 of them on Twitter complaining about people hitting them.
I don't even get why the other guys that weren't even involved in the game had anything to say about it.
I don't know. Hey, remember as I watched this Broncos game, I know we were talking Bucs, but hey, Broncos, yay. Wasn't Randy Gregory the dude that got in a lot of trouble?
Was it that Randy Gregory?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. When they said Randy Gregory, I'm like, huh? I would have loved to have had him if he wasn't all dumb.
I kind of think the one you're talking about was the one that went to Dallas after all throwing his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I think he did. The one with the gun.
Yeah.
This is a different Randy Gregory playing the same position?
It seems like this Randy Gregory is too young.
And by the way, who the hell keeps naming their kids with 2 first names?
Or 2 last names.
He must be Southern. I'm just saying.
Hey, do you think that Rob Gronkowski doesn't realize that, after a year or 2, if he doesn't play football, that these endorsement commercials are going to dry up quick? You think he gets that?
Maybe he's hanging out with Dominican getting into the money market.
I hope so, man. But then again, he doesn't spend a lot of money. My point being is, hey, dude, either play football or, quit shoving him in front of my face. I'm tired of it.
I enjoy watching Gronk on TV. So
I like Gronk, but I prefer.
I love his Subway thing.
I would rather have Cameron Brate doing the commercials and Gronk playing. There's where I'm at.
I don't want Gronk
boom
back.
On the wall. Bam.
Well, here's a controversial. Well, you can put the wall back up here because I'm going to say this. I don't want Gronk back. I want Gronk to go retire, rest in health. He's not fucking Tom Brady. He don't have the TB12 system in him. He not all people are built like that. He's taken injuries every season that he's been in the league. So, go heal your body, dude. Just go on.
No, I agree. What kind of shape are you going to get him in anyway?
Right. Say he comes back around week 7, right? That's where he said that if he ever played football.
Right, but okay, how about this? I'll go a different way just because I like to be an asshole. With Tom Brady obviously having some kind of personal issue, maybe he needs a little Linus blanket, like the guy from Peanuts. You know what I'm saying?
Then go get your boy from inside the NFL.
I mean, he lost Antonio Brown got naked. He's not around, and Gronk left, and now it sounds like Giselle's mad. So Tom's like, oh man.
Well, maybe Julio made him happy last night.
Yeah, and with Julio, he always looks like he's ready to kill somebody until that very last second when he smiles, and it's like, oh look, he's happy, and then boom, back to I'm gonna kill you.
Levante David's got one of those as well.
Yeah,
Just
he
doesn't
does.
smile.
Yeah, you look at him, you go, he's probably got it. I'm dead.
He's got what? You got women have resting bitch face, men have resting cunt face. He has resting cunt face.
I love cunt. Wait, that didn't come out right.
That's twice that. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Oh, thank you, Keith.
Well, see, the good thing is we're not on the book face,
Nope.
so we don't have to worry about being punished for being adults and having an adult conversation.
Thank you.
God forbid. I hope. Hey, I'm sorry. When I come on, we should get like a little scrolling thing that says, if you're offended easily, you might want to go to your safe space because. But anyway,
I had one of those things that the following comments are rated blah blah, and if you're too.
I wonder if we can play like walk-on music when you bring on a guest or somebody. They have their own little song, and we can play like a brief 8 to 10 seconds, like kind of like a wrestling thing where you're being brought on stage.
Oh yeah, the intro music.
If so, I want Jay and Silent Bob's fuck, motherfuck. Yeah, that's what I want to come on to.
Hell yeah, that'd be good.
Because we're on. It says right here on the YouTube thing that it's rated TVMA, so I think that means either we can say bad words or TV Ma. Maybe mom's listening. I don't know.
I would say get Lenny's the King for Slick, but then again, that WWE crap would probably.
No. Slick's got a pretty solid taste in music, so I'm sure he would come up with something. I mean, that guy right there, Johnny above you, boy, let him show you some pictures of him from back in the day.
Oh gosh, golly, yeah, yeah.
Well, I judge people by whether they've joined my metal group or not. And he hasn't.
But you have like a group for everything. You have like a dentist group, a fucking walker group.
Oh, I have no dentist group. Believe that.
Like a denture group. Dentist. Sorry, my mistake.
Johnny's got a group that's called "Let's Not Be on Facebook and actually do something" group. And you know what they do? They post in the group about doing stuff that they're never gonna fucking do, dude.
Honestly, I feel the only invites I get are off Johnny Dean for whatever group it may be, and I'm like, you got another group now?
And then he's like, me and Johnny got this group from like 12 years ago. It's basically to push for the freedom of marijuana in America, freedom unlimited. Well, it's been legal now, so we're like, oh well, fuck that thing, man.
That group can die.
We won.
I still post Pretty Buds in there.
Hey, no. What you need to do is bring that group back and go, we fought for this. When anytime someone goes, I'm so like, I'm puffing their one on the way, and you go, no, we fought for that. Look at this.
Johnny's got like
this fucking group out.
I still have that group, Steven.
Johnny's got like 17 music groups, right? And don't you dare post the wrong genre music in the wrong group because he'll make a post. It'll be all caps.
I have a metal group, and they were posting Enya and stupid shit.
I'm over here like,
like, what are you doing, man?
He gets big mad, so I go to this heavy metal group and like post Jim Croce.
No, you're like the gatekeeper of metal.
Yeah, I try to be. Keith is very, very good at that too. But don't let him fool you. And then he'll come up with some gay shit.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Hey, you gotta have a bit of George Michael. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'll just say this.
I like freedom. I like freedom.
I'll just say this.
Music, so that guy was a G.
I'll just say this. For all those guys who grew up like as a teenager, let's say in the 80s, early 90s, when you were with your girl and you were in your car and the Backstreet Boys came on and she's like, oh my God, and you turned up, you were bumping that shit, bro.
Dude, it was Lou Rawls.
Don't front.
Lou Rawls and
you acted tough, but you were bumping it.
Redding and shit when I was in the backseat of the cars. What are you talking about?
The point being,
I kind of missed that whole boy band shit era. It just skipped through me. I was too busy raising kids.
My favorite thing to do with Johnny's group is put in something that I know like a group like I know he's tired of. The problem is that he doesn't talk about that much anymore. I think probably because I used to do that all the time. But you want to get Johnny going, man? Say something negative about Ramstein or Stein, whatever it is, or Ghost or somebody like that, or Mushroom Head.
I knew he was going to throw Mushroom.
Mushroom Head sucks.
Mushroom Head's awesome, dude.
Mushroom Head is just. Every time you say Mushroom Head, I think of Donald Trump's penis, dude.
Have you seen it?
No, but I've heard a lot of rumors.
I've heard a lot of rumors.
I mean, Stormy Daniels wouldn't lie, right?
Yeah, does Mudvayne Tia?
Would Stormy Daniels lie?
She said that he was using a French tickler, but found out that it was just warts.
Right, it was genital warts. Like his warts had wart. It was more like a genital tail.
God, Johnny, Mudvayne, where do they hit on you?
Mudvayne's solid.
I think Mudvayne's solid.
I was afraid to say yes because I figured he'd just rag him.
Well, see, I've gotten a lot more tolerant in my music, but I will say this, and if there's anybody listening that I offend, cool. Today's rap is not as good as it used to be. I understand it's all more about the music part of it, and that's kind of cool, even if it's not really music, it's computer generated. But anyway,
wait a minute. Let me send this to James real quick.
Like mumble rap. Come on, bro. This dude, and I've turned this song up several times. I've listened to it. I understand, but this dude made millions of dollars off a song where he literally says "panda" over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Okay, so that's, to me, that's not music as much as it's like an acid trip. Okay.
Didn't you have his fuck? Didn't you?
And why do all rappers look like Rainbow Bright?
Didn't you have his image as your profile there for a while?
Which one?
What the hell's the name? Rikishi.
Oh, you talking about my spoof character of Tekashi 6ix9ine, Teriyaki 96?
Yes.
Yeah. I realized at that point I was probably giving him more attention than I needed to.
I think he's had plenty of attention.
But seriously, why are all the new rappers look like Rainbow Bright? Nothing to do with the rainbow. Like, why are they all like? It's like Disney injected each one of these rappers, and there's all this like color, and I don't know. I'm used to my rappers like, dude, a color change for the rappers of my genre or my era was like going from denim to khakis. The short khakis at the knee with the socks, the cholo look. That was the big shift. And then they went back to the starter jacket look. You guys are wearing fucking dresses, bro. And cool, but I don't get it. Then again, I rock out Korn when he wears a kilt, so there's that.
I do too.
Yeah. I found some sort of Scottish ancestry or some shit, I'm sure. Like fucking way back when.
Well, all you have to do is have all these new rappers just challenge Eminem.
Oh, dude, he just bodies everybody like one by one, dude. It's just ridiculous.
Boom, you're down. Boom, you're gone. Boom, out of here.
Dude, Eminem knocked MGK to another genre.
Yeah. And he still couldn't do that, could he? I tried listening to his music, this Machine Gun Kelly, and I'm like, this guy looks like a fucking moron. What the fuck is this shit?
Oh, God.
I mean, I feel like, and I have a certain appreciation, I feel like he's trying to bring back the 80s metal vibe.
Yeah.
Like sex, drugs, and rock and roll and strip clubs, but you can't do that wearing a pink jumpsuit, bro.
No.
You can't.
David Lee Roth.
Maybe David Lee Roth could pull that off. Maybe. But he jumps around with a samurai sword, dude. And you've turned Megan Fox into a crack whore, basically.
Yeah, he really has.
That's what she looks like, dude.
This hot chick with big lips to this fucking crackle who's apparently addicted to cock.
This content is not brought to you by the Bookface. Wonder if we're going to get in trouble on Twitter, though. Holy shit.
Buckface.
Well, no, we can't get in trouble. Hey, here's what I'll say. And full disclosure, I'm not going to say whose Twitter account I run, but I run a Twitter account, right? And Twitter news feeds, like a lot, are based on what previous users under this profile have tapped on or searched for, blah, 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 right?
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, I see hardcore porn on my Twitter feed. I don't mean like with the graphic blurred out part. I'm talking like huge black and just pounding without mercy. And I'm thinking, first of all, how? Second of all, ew. And third of all, who am I working for?
Oh, just
I mean, it's like
to the profile and write "married" under the description, and it'll help.
like you're scrolling through Twitter. This is how random it is. It's like
you put married and it says, "Do you want to find secret hookups?"
No,
like today.
Honestly, it will eliminate all them little whatever they are. The what's.
But that's what you'll get after. You'll have
whatever
these
they
women.
are.
Do you want a secret hookup? Do you want a secret hookup?
Dude, today I was scrolling and I went through, NFL. Then there was a little political stuff. There's stuff about the Queen that went back to NFL. Then 14 cocks banging a fucking small little chick. And then like, hey, you guys need to shop at Fresh Market. And then NFL. And then there was some hockey. And then there was something about college football. And then there was this dude who I don't even know where it was going in her mouth, but
Oh my God.
This is all you heard. And I'm thinking,
wait a minute, you watched them with the sound on already, huh?
Oh, I've got the sound on, so it pops up. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
I think Jason Swade would want to get onto that.
Jason, what are you doing on Twitter, dude? Come on, man.
Jason done cut out, man, a long time ago.
He's so smooth, he's Swade.
Who is? Hey, whoever is watching, because I see a viewer here.
Hi, guy.
Comment. Let's see what you got to say.
Let's all talk to that viewer. Hey, viewer. What do you think about random? What do you think about random porn on your Twitter feed? Like, how old do you have to be to get on Twitter?
Somebody's just got the thing running in the background.
I'll give him a watch and I'll go and watch the game. That's like bullshitting.
Oh.
Wait, so we're talking to ourselves? This is like a circle jerk.
Dude,
triangle jerk.
You have created a new show. A new show there, Keith.
Yeah, what's it called?
I don't know. We're gonna have to come up with a name for it, but it's just off the wall shit.
Balls to the walls.
This is the kind of conversations we have after the show. This is the after show on the show.
After show on.
Am I early?
Yeah, we're actually still live. Yeah.
You can literally ask every girl I've ever dated. I'm always early, bro.
That was a good setup.
That was nice. I like that.
Oh, look, the highlight markers are still in it.
By 1 point, 16-17.
16-17. Who's got the ball? Denver.
Any cool banners to put up?
Russell.
Hey, what was this one for? Is this the injury report?
Yeah.
And I added some stuff to this one. Phonetically challenged.
Yeah. I like that one. Luke Geteke, not Gaduke.
That ain't how he said. I listened to him yesterday when he said it on the thing, and he said Gadecki.
See, I see it as good Dicky.
Phonetically, it's written down as Geteke.
Oh wow, we have 0 viewers now. How'd that happen?
That's it. That person checked the fuck out of you. They're talking about football again.
See, that's what happens when you're talking about fucking football.
Oh dear. Now, my favorite one is Olan Kunle Fatukasi. That's a name.
Easy for you to say.
I've got it written down as phonetically. It is literally Fatukasi.
I knew a fat Cassie once.
Yeah. Talk to me about it.
I don't. I just said I knew him. I didn't say I did anything with him. Keith would know her better than I do.
I don't know nothing.
So they're going to drive this ball from the 45.
And
They're
he changed the
45.
subjects. Come on, man. Haven't you had a fat Cassie once in a while?
I don't know that terminology.
Did he say not to my knowledge? What?
I don't. I've never heard that as a reference point. It might be because I'm English.
We just made it up, so go with it.
Well, then I clearly have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, what the fuck? A Fatu Cassie? Oh, it sounds like fun, but
Oh, fat Cassie.
Are we talking about big girls?
There we go. Jesus,
Okay.
there is definitely a communication gap between the pond.
I was like, I just didn't want to get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't want to get it wrong. I didn't want to put my foot in my mouth. I was like, okay, yeah, well, you get to free M sometimes, and you're in the club. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, we got our viewer back.
See?
And Keith left. I bet Keith's our viewer.
Let's wrap this puppy up. Let's wrap this puppy up because there's 20 seconds left in this game, and it looks like it's a foregone conclusion right now with fourth and 5. So yeah, this one's pretty much done. We had a bit of a moment here where we just talked a bit of crap. It was great.
I
want to
that.
wish Marty McKnight a happy birthday.
Yes.
It's not his happy birthday in the UK anymore because it's now Tuesday, but fuck it, we'll still give him.
Still happy birthday to him here, so
it's still happy birthday to him there. So happy birthday, your brother. Have a good one. How did the rest of the show go last night? Because obviously I had to go because I need to sleep.
We all left at the same time, dude.
I was like, I'm off, and you're like, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you did leave a little bit early.
I left early. I popped in, said hello, got the fuck out.
It was a good show. It was too late for viewers, so I checked today, and it was up to like 52 views. So yeah,
check
it.
It's
that. Without Facebook, we're gonna have to deal with that. The days of 2,000 views per show is over with until we build this up.
Platform monster kind of thing. I got you. Let's talk about this. Let's quickly recap on the Saints game. What do you think the Bucs need to do to win it? Because they can win it.
I don't know because they have honestly thrown everything that they've got at the Saints, and it seems like it's never just enough. The Saints adapt or do something different. Or
I think it's a mental thing.
It's gotta be, but at least this group of people, Tom Brady, it can't be a mental thing with Tom Brady. Okay, it can't.
No, but if everyone you're surrounded by says this mental barrier, I think that could be part of it too.
Well,
that kind of influence on you.
Cam Jordan said it right. Cam Jordan said the reason that happens is because they specifically built the Saints to beat the Bucs, and
just not in playoff games.
Right. So that's how, and even that playoff game was really close. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. If it weren't for that fumble, I mean, it could have been a back and forth for sure. Yeah. If it weren't for that fumble, but then you could say that about any game. If it weren't for this or it weren't for that, that's kind of irrelevant. But yeah, they've had our number. But I do think if the Buccaneers do get this, it can ignite the season to a point where it doesn't look like we probably take a lot more. I think the win-loss column looks a lot better.
That, or they could be so high off the win that they come into the next game and just lay an egg.
Potentially. I mean,
I see that happen quite a bit.
Their next game is against Aaron Rodgers, and is it in Green Bay? No, it's our home opener.
Yeah, I ain't worried about that one.
You mean the Kansas City one?
The next big game that I'm worried about, after watching Kansas City yesterday, they were hitting on all cylinders, man. So
yeah, they were looking good. They worry me. They worry me some for sure.
Yeah, but the biggest one I worry about is even though they lost, the Rams are still that team that gets they're like
the same thing. Yeah.
Yep.
I can't think of a time we beat them since I've been a Bucs fan.
Nope.
They are
the big games. Now, say they get us in the big games, that's where it's really, really hurts.
Mm-hmm.
The 99 game, the 1979 game,
79 game as well. Yeah.
All the
and then recently in the regular season too, and then obviously this game, the most recent game that we played against them too. So
yeah. So
it's two mental barriers. If the Buccaneers can somehow piece those two together, they could have an unstoppable season.
Absolutely. All right, man.
Okay, let's finish it. Let's finish up. Dallas Cowboys. Your last two take. Go get Jimmy G. That's your thing.
I would. They are not going to. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to have to
I'm going to go Tyrod Taylor myself.
Yeah,
because I think you can get him a bit cheaper, not as much as thing. And I think I like Tyrod Taylor. I think he's just been very unlucky in his career.
but I'll tell you what. If Jerry Jones don't at the very least get on the phone to this
He's a
Niners,
fool.
then yeah, he's an idiot. Which
But
we already believe that he is.
there's no one really out there saying that you could give Cam Newton a call, but he's done. He's
Yeah,
pretty much done.
yeah,
Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's probably done.
I think Ryan could give him a couple of games, and that's really if
But you've got to get him to come in, learn your system as well.
you got to at least if he's out 6 games, you got to at least split those 6 games.
You've got it.
Have a chance. You know what I mean?
And to be fair, when you say the 6 games, you're talking 4. You're talking 4. Sorry, you're talking 3 and 4 as well because they've already lost one.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
who knows? And on top of that, just because you have when you have a pin, I mean, I've had my fingers up, and it's not a thumb, obviously. I had mine pinned the shit out of with K wire in and all that crap. I mean, I don't have the best people working on my finger or what have you, but that took a few weeks for it to become useful and get decent range of motion and all that kind of crap.
Yeah, we saw what the hand surgery did to Godwin last year, and he didn't recover before the season was over. So,
I mean, and it was like a kind of detriment to how good he was as a player that he fought through it and still was pretty decent. But there were games where he couldn't catch a cold.
His first game back, I don't think he caught a pass. So,
no,
he dropped all those balls. So, yeah, and with him having to throw the ball, don't expect him to come back after 6 games and then be effective either. So you're talking about.
So you're more looking into the 7 to 8 game mark, really. At the very, right. I mean, worst case scenario for them is 10.
Right.
They're saying 8. Worst case scenario. Then you got to bolt on a game for him to get it right. Then you got to bolt on a game that he's kind of got himself going. So you could be looking at a 10 game.
If
plus
he
the game
doesn't take more injury to it when he comes back. So,
and that's the worst thing because even if they split, then you're going what? You're going 5 and 6. It'll all come down to what their division's doing. So if the G-Man and the Commanders, they're winning games, and we know the Eagles are going to win games, it just sets that a bigger hole to dig out.
Yeah.
So they're going to be praying that, a bit like how Bucs fans were before we had Brady, that we would pray that divisional teams would lose, just so we stay relevant in the conversation of the playoff battle.
Exactly.
They're going to have to hope that NFC South and the rest of the NFC, let's face it, sucks because there's 3 wildcard spots now. You could easily say the Saints would take 1. You could argue. Let's think about it.
That's game final. It's over with. Seahawks hold on and win, and DK Metcalf and Russell Wilson are exchanging jerseys. So
okay.
Ain't that something? Ain't that cute? Well, they never said hello to each other before the whole 12 years they were together in Seattle. Come on.
Oh dear.
Maybe DK's thinking about going to Denver now. Maybe not.
He's not signed. Did he sign his deal or not? I don't know. Because he's up, isn't he? This is his career. This is his contract year.
I think DK got his contract, didn't he?
I
don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Honestly, look it up. And I think we're running out of time on that. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Denver, the Seattle Seahawks beat the Denver Broncos, so the Denver Broncos go into that slate of games. I mean, that is a tough division to get out of.
Yep.
I mean, we know it's week 1, but the Raiders look like they were tossed around like rag dolls a little bit. So it's going to come down to, at the moment, right now, it's a 2-legged race. And that's what I'm talking about with the NFC. When I'm talking about the NFC and the Dallas Cowboys have to hope the rest of the NFC sucks as well, because you could argue the Saints are going to probably get it in the playoff conversation. They just look too good right now with that defense that they've always had, not to be in the conversation of a playoff push. Then you got probably potentially the 49ers. I think the Vikings are going to be in the conversation for playoff push as well. I have the Vikings winning the division.
Right.
I think they've just got too much talent around them. Doesn't matter who their quarterback is. They've just got too much talent. They've got a good running back. They've got good wide receivers. They've got a decent defense.
What did you have? What did you have in your picks?
Off the top of my head, I'd have to look at week 1 to be honest. I can look it up. I don't want to really look at it. Give me a second.
Yeah, because Alex has posted our picks now. Me and him are 8-7-1, and and Marty and Ben are 9-6-1. So you're 9-6-1.
Yeah.
Okay, I had the wrong thing then.
Let's see what I got. I'm just trying to find everything. I'm doing it off my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna go funky if I keep doing that. I'll stick to this. Yeah, it will go funky. I'm gonna have to go through different things. Last I checked, I was 9. I checked this morning, I was 9. I got 9 wins or 9 picks. Obviously didn't get this one, clearly. But yeah, let's call it here, man. Thanks for coming on. It's much appreciated. Enjoy your Led Zeppelin. I never listened to Led Zeppelin. It's never a band I got into. Can't get into every band.
I was into John Bonham, man.
See, I like stuff like Danzig.
I love Danzig.
Fucking love Danzig. I've seen them live a couple of times, and the Misfits. Misfits are one of my favorites.
Misfits. I loved Lenny, man. Lenny is one of the rock gods. What was one of the rock gods?
Shame they didn't show much of Ozzy Osbourne, though, wasn't it?
Huh?
It's a shame they didn't show much of Ozzy Osbourne in that halftime. It literally saw him perform for 10 seconds, and it was they just talked, and I was like, oh, that sucks.
I don't know what you're talking. Didn't see what you're
Ozzy Osbourne was the halftime show for Thursday Night Football.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I was on Thursday night show, so I didn't actually get to see it.
Oh, right, okay. Right, much appreciated for coming on and this edition of Across the Buc'n Pond. Always like a regular guest now these days.
Well, I'm trying to limit it, but every time, whenever you need help, man, I'll always be there for you, man. I'll try to.
Brother. We look after each other. Catch you soon, man.
All right, later, bud.
Oh, no, sorry. Tell everyone where we can catch you because I feel like a bad host now. Tell us about NFL Edition.
NFL Edition, Thursday nights at 10 o'clock, I believe it is now. And the post-game shows for Buccaneers right after each game. So each Buccaneer game. So those times are variable.
Nice. Right. You and Marty are doing the post-game?
Yeah, me and Marty McKnight.
And then whoever wants to
Thursday night, it's Alex Loosemore, me, Ben Cornett, and Marty McKnight. You're making me think.
Ruffle threat.
I have a sleep now. Later, bud.
Catch you soon. Okay, that was Monday night edition, a squeaky, a put together quick Monday night edition of Across the Buc'n Pond. And I hope you keep coming and join us. We've got some guests coming up. So I've joined a new team to coach. And the head coach of that team is a Saints fan. So we're going to have him coming in, talking a bit of Saints football. We're going to have my friend James, who talked a bit about his Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to review the last game and we're going to preview the next game with the other guest. And that's it from me. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll have a co-host or not on that one or not. If not, I've got two guys that I can have a good chat with, and you guys can join in with the comments. And remember, hit the like, strip the subscribe, and sack that notification button. Thank you. It's Victory Monday, Buccaneers fans. Get yourself a donut, get yourself a drink, relax. We're going into week 2 against those Saints. Bye for now.